everyone. This is from the same exact, technically it's a book of one-shots as the last video, and I realized in the last video I did not put any music. I am sorry, I will see if I can do music for this one. This is a Fred X Reader, and it's called I Must Not. And the quote above is, "I'm very happy being single. I call it being self-partnered." Said by Emma Watson. You walked away from your herbology class and looked around. Where on earth could he be? Alright, Freddie, I'll see you in the common room then, George spoke before he walked away. You looked at the red-haired boy who approached you with a big smile on his face. You had been friends for the past 7 years, even though you were a Ravenclaw. Wayan, hi, he smiled. You walked towards him and took your books into one hand. Then you hugged him with the other arm. He hugged you back. Is it okay if I first drop this off at my room? Then we can go to the lake, he smiled. I'll walk with you, he smiled. You walked towards the common room. Lately you started thinking about you and Fred. You liked him an awful lot. Maybe even more than he thought. How was herbology? He asked. As usual. Lots of plants. You knew Fred wasn't really that interested in herbology, so you didn't want to bore him. So what did you do during your free period? You asked. George came up with the idea to take on umbrage during the owl exams. This is going to be fun. Lots of fireworks and brooms. Can't wait. He grinned. You walked upstairs, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione ran down as well, almost knocking you over. Watch it, kiddo, you laughed. Sorry, Wayan, Harry yelled back. They were in a hurry, you sighed. Probably potions class, Fred spoke. You walked towards the painting of the Ravenclaw common room. You spoke the password at the same time, and you were both given permission to enter. Wait here, okay? You smiled before hurrying up the girls' dorm. You put your books away, then you hurried back downstairs. Fred was talking to some of your friends. Alright, let's go, he smiled. Bye, guys, Fred spoke before walking with you towards the lake. Welcome, class, to another Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. Umbridge started her class. It was absolutely terrible to have her. You didn't learn any spells. If you had it with Gryffindor, could be more fun. Today I want you to read chapter 4 and make the exercises. Go on, get started. You raised your hand. Yes, what part of read and make the exercises didn't you understand? She asked. When are we going to learn something useful? You asked. Useful? This is all useful. Knowledge is important. So how about you work? She asked. How about you learn how to teach us spells to defend ourselves? Then I'll work. Everyone looked at you. They couldn't believe you stood up to her. Miss Ellen, how dare you speak to me like that? I'm going to give you one last chance to do your work or what? Like attention? Just like everyone else who doesn't agree with you? Indeed, so do your work. You looked at her with a challenging look. You then closed your book. Why don't you do your work first? You said while crossing your arms. That's it, Miss Ellen. This is detention for you. My office tonight, she spoke. Fine, if I'm already in detention, I don't feel like sitting in class anymore. You got up and left the classroom. There, all done. George laughed as he started to pile He stared at a big pile of fireworks. High five, George, Fred grinned. They gave each other a high five. Ryan, didn't you have Defense Against the Dark Arts? Fred asked as soon as he saw you. I did, and I got detention. You sighed. Detention? Why? They asked in unison. I spoke up to Umbridge about the fact that we aren't learning anything. Then I just left as soon as I got detention. Fred walks toward you. That's horrible. Her punishments are horrible. You shouldn't have done this, Fred spoke. I'm not progressing. How am I supposed to pass my newts like this? You asked. You could have asked another teacher. You could have asked Snape. He wanted to be a Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher since he worked there. He would have helped you. Well, I did this. Believe me. It'll be fine. I can take care of myself. When is your detention? He asked. Tonight. You spoke. I'll go with you. You don't. Yes, I'll go with you. You sighed. Alright, you can go with me. That evening, you walked towards Umbridge's office. You looked at Fred. See you soon, you smiled. Good luck. Just scream if you need me. You opened the door and walked into her pink office. Her awfully pink office. You stared at the plates on the walls with moving cats. Welcome, Miss Ellen. I believe we both know why you're here. I could use my human right of freedom of speech to tell you what a terrible teacher you are. You said while sitting down. Damn, that's awesome. Umbridge just tried her best to keep smiling. You'll be doing some lines from today. There's your paper and your quill. I want you to write, I must not show disrespect to teacher or superiors. You looked at her and raised your brows. How many times? You asked, until the message sunk in. You grabbed the ink and looked around. There's no ink, you spoke. You won't be needing any ink. Just write. This sounds exactly like Harry Potter's scene. You started writing. I must not show disrespect to teachers or superiors. I must not show disrespect to teachers or superiors. After the third line, your hand started to sing. You looked at it and bit your lip. You didn't want to show her that it hurt. The more you wrote, the clear scars started to appear. You sighed and continued writing. After another line, you saw that I must not show disrespect to teachers was carved in your hand. You wrote one more line before you couldn't take the pain anymore. You dropped your quill and used your hand to cover the scars. You took off your hand after a while. Again, you're not done yet. You looked at her. No, I'm sorry, I get it. You spoke. No, continue. She spoke, and after that she let out a giggle. I hate this woman. You grabbed the quill and continued writing. When the word superiors was there, you stopped. Is that clear? She asked. You nodded and got up. You quickly walked out of the office. You quickly passed Fred. You didn't want him to see it. Lion, wait up! Fred grabbed your right. You turned around. I'm pretty sure right's supposed to be wrist. You turned around, but he already saw the scars. I must not show disrespect to teachers or superiors, he asked. What has she done to you? He asked in a bit of shock. I had to write lines with a weird quill. I had no ink, and the message was carved into my skin. That's just cruel. Why did you want to walk away without me? He asked. I didn't want you to worry. You spoke softly. I would have found out anyways, he spoke. You pay attention to my hand? You asked while raising a brow. Fred grinned. I always pay attention to you. You laughed and shook your head. Why? You then asked. Fred didn't answer and looked at you. You looked back at him. Fred, I want to ask you something. I asked you something. I want to ask something to tell you. And that is, I think I'm in love with you. He spoke softly. You looked at him in surprise, then a smile appeared on your face. You pulled his chin up and looked at him. You softly pressed your lips on his. Fred's froze in surprise. You pulled back and smiled at him. I love you too. Alrighty, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I really hate this lady. I hate Umbridge. Again, you guys can request anything. I know I had something to say at the beginning of this, but I don't remember now. Yeah, if you ever wonder why I struggle with my S's, is because I have braces and there's a small little bump in my mouth that my braces are getting stuck on. So, yeah. Have a great day!